Jon Reid is the president of the Toronto Police Association. He joins me right now because I want to discuss with him the fact that cops are being killed increasingly in Canada. Some in Toronto, some in Vancouver, all across the country. It's a very dangerous business. Policing, John, has always been dangerous. Every time a cop goes to work, he's putting his life on the or her life on the line. But was this just a bad time, coincidence, or is there something that we should be doing to keep cops safer?
So I think as far as being a bad time, it's a terrible time for policing here in Toronto and in Canada.
Funerals.
Way too many funerals. But I think you have to look at the larger picture. What's going on in society? These things are never seen up here in Canada, traditionally. They're all down to these ambush attacks on police officers. They have them down in the States. They've come here now. This is concerning to me, it's concerning to my members. What we need to do is make sure we have police officers that are properly staffed, equipped, and trained. Because the reality is for policing now is the public expects us to be able to respond to whatever happens. Without making sure we have the right staffing numbers and pushing forward with those issues to protect our officers, to make sure we have enough people on the street. And this goes not just for our members, but also for the communities they police and they protect.
The community expects the police to be out and protecting them, enforcing the law. Are you saying that we generally in Canada have not paid attention to staff up?
Absolutely we haven't. We've essentially been defunded with these 0% budgets here in Toronto.
Right.
And I think it's really coming home to roost now. I look at the population of Toronto. At the end of 2022, we're looking like 3.3 million people here in Toronto. Our numbers have not kept up. In fact, from 2010 numbers, we're actually down by about 500 police officers. And we need to make sure we have officers on the roads, in the cars, that are able to respond to radio calls. Right now here in Toronto, the response times for 911 calls can sometimes be upwards of 18 minutes. And to me, everybody here in Toronto should be concerned. I can tell you our members are.
No, I've read stories of police forces around the world where that is an issue. And people are saying, well, police are being told not to enforce the law. For instance, if you're broken into in Britain in some places, they won't even come. It's just commonplace.
That's a reality, and I think there's that notion of detasking police and trying to reduce the amount of work they do or duties. But the reality is, our police officers here in Canada are very, very well trained. They're professionals. Their job is to preserve public peace, protect life, protect property. And when we end up in a position where we're telling them not to do something, I don't think that's the right message to be sending to the public or to the criminals, even more importantly.
Okay, and the criminals know that. That's the damning thing about it.
It is.
Jon Reid, thank you very much. 3 minutes. So in 1 year during the pandemic, CBC paid themselves $33 million in bonuses above their great salaries. We need a discussion in this country. We need analysis. If you agree with that, please help us on the air. Press PayPal and subscribe.